Welcome to the BomberStrap YouTube channel. My name is Will. We talk about everything related from mountain biking to off-roading. In this episode, I'm going to bring to you a product that you must have for off-roading. You thought, oh man, I just totally bought everything I need. No, you are missing one critical piece, which is the Milwaukee Packout System. You might be asking yourself, why? Well, this solves the problem of putting gear in your truck and not having it fly around the tailgate, or if your dog's in the tailgate and you have some heavy equipment stored and it goes sliding forward or back or whatever. You know, hey, look, that's a dangerous situation for your pet, but it's also something that will annoy the shit out of you if you're off-roading and you have your gear bouncing around everywhere. So how does this solve the problem of not having your gear slide around? Because it looks like a simple box. Well, it is, but this is part of the Milwaukee Packout System. What that means is that it comes with a platform that allows boxes to be basically interchanged and or locked into position so that it doesn't move around or bounce around. It's a pretty slick system. You can see this has the release mechanism here. I'm gonna talk about what it takes to set this up in your truck so you could do it too. We'll go through the basic install and then we'll talk about what goes into selecting the ideal location in your tailgate. So stay tuned. This is gonna be an episode you don't wanna miss. So taking a look underneath, we have the driver's side of the bed, and we could see the corrugations here, some electrical equipment that we want to stay away from, cross member, and there's actually a lot of room here for me to work in a wrench or a socket wrench to get the system tightened down, as opposed to the passenger side. So when we come over here, we got a lot more of the frame that we're contending with. I could still get my hand and access these areas, but I also have some obstructions that's going to make, unfortunately, the passenger side not the place to do the install. So we're going to work on the driver's side instead, and that seems to be a logical choice. Let's take a look back under there again and just compare why. Okay, so yeah, big difference here. A ton of working room, and I can easily measure off where I want the location. So let's go ahead and do that. So while I'm still down here, what I'm going to do is triangulate my location. You could see here that here's the wheel well. So this is the edge, right, that I'm going to look at from the top of my bed to make sure that I'm within the region that I want to be. Because I know this location and there's nothing sensitive electrical wise over here, I'm going to use that as a site, and then you could see that there's nothing also down here. So I know I'm good from the wheel well down, and about roughly 24 inches this direction, I'm also looking okay. There is some electrical equipment here I want to stay away from. That's relative to the end of the bed. So I want this to be set up so that the holes do not contact the wiring here or here. Okay, here's a final look at the install. Asymmetric attachments, distributed the load evenly, ditched the washers here, used in place whatever fortification they had. That was a better lockdown mechanism. Hey, look, this is kind of like a natural gusset for your truck to keep your bed strong. So I don't believe in abundance of holes in this spot. So I left a few of them open. As you can see, it's down pat. Let's take a look and see how this looks and comes together. Okay, so basically they fit here, push back, boom, locked in place. That's tough as nails. That's what I was looking for. Fucking legit. This is cool. You know, it's neat because it's not part of the whole outdoor off-roading scene. This is just one of those things that has crossover and utility into the off-roading world. Leave a comment in my videos if you have suggestions of the type of gear I should carry for my winch. I'm looking for soft shackles, bow shackles, and a tree protector. So if you have suggestions, hit me up. If you have brands that you like that have worked well for you, that's what I'm looking at doing for filling up one of these. The second one is going to be for a number of different things. Probably batteries, emergency blankets, all sorts of different stuff that I could live a day or two out of in this box, maybe even a week. This one is going to be full utility for using the winch and everything like that. All right, thanks for staying to the end of the video. Here are the important do's and don'ts. Okay, don't use galvanized, mine's sheared, okay? If you're doing it by yourself, use these types of channel locks so that it can hold on to the nut. I found that if it went like this, it was able to self-cinch, and it worked out pretty good, rather than using a structure underneath the truck to hold it like this, so the structure hit this, and then I was naturally able to tighten from above. Okay, so if you're doing it by yourself, you grab one of these or grab a friend. To tighten down from the top to make it fast, I attached this to my drill, and it was able to go on top and tighten down incredibly fast. I recommend it. I used a 7/16, wasn't Milwaukee, they ran out because they're so popular. I used the DeWalt, that worked good. 7/16 on a 1/4 inch bolt, that drove it down. This locked the nut in place, worked pretty well. Okay, the other important thing to do is to make sure that you ream your holes out with your drill. So once you have your holes, you have 2 holes in, drop your bolts to kind of hold it steady, then finish the rest of your holes, but ream them out. Here's why. If you have trouble dropping the bolt down into that hole, chances are you're gonna force it. You're either gonna knock it down or do something. But here's the screwed up part. If you damage these threads on those self-locking nuts, okay, what's gonna happen is that it's not gonna be able to turn, and if you damage that thread, it's just gonna create a shit ton of issues. So don't have that happen to you. Ream out your holes, really important. Okay. Lastly, what else did I learn? Stainless steel all the way. I may have said that. Stainless steel, and use stainless steel washers. Now, if you're wondering, okay, straight up, what size? I was able actually in some areas to use 1 3/4 inch, but 2 inches will suffice across the board. But because I was trying to save on the amount of time I was ratcheting, and I was looking for efficiency, I didn't want a lot of leftover material hanging out. I wanted it as clean as possible. You can get away in some cases with 1 3/4 inch, but 2 inches across the board, stainless steel 1/4 inch. Use the 7/16 attachment. It'll go faster than how I did it. Okay, that's it. Ream holes, stainless steel, 7/16, some type of ability to hold that nut down in place, or grab a friend to do it for you. Then the Packout boxes. This is just one of them. You can actually get a really big one to throw everything into. I thought it was slick the way other people did it, which was to put different packs in different areas of the truck. Therefore, you're a little bit more spaciously organized. You know what side of the truck has what. Yeah, you can get more than one, so there are some people that can use 2. Again, the value add of this is that it's not moving around within your truck, so that's highly important. Keep that in mind. This is a huge find in the off-roading industry. The great thing is that what's cool is that it's not part of the off-road industry yet. You're reaching across brands, you're reaching across different types of uses for this, and you're bringing it into the off-road space, which makes it even cooler. And not to mention, it showcases the sick-ass Milwaukee brand. Who else wants that? I do. I think that looks super cool. That's it for this video. Enough with my talk. Let's go ahead and like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Take care.